Hi there, I'm Lawrence. Me and a couple friends of mine have recently started working on a video game called Nidus Sky, and this video is about lore, game design, and current progress. So in short, what is Nidus Sky about? It's a co-op game about exploring strange skies, hunting aliens, and extracting rare cores in a universe with no planets. And therefore, the core gameplay loop is for players to fly, explore, track clues, locate a nest, extract the spectral core, and then return to home base. So now, let's break down those weird things I just said. Spectral cores, alien nests, and these strange skies. First things first, you, the player, are from a young colony that's established in a parallel universe. Your job is to go explore it and find two valuable resources: aliens and spectral cores. Aliens are valuable to the colony, mostly as food, but also for research. Spectral cores are the real treasure. They are made up of rare metals and crystals and are highly desired by the rest of humanity. The properties of space. Well, we've already established it ain't empty, or that there are planets, and that it is supposed to feel lush and colorful. On top of that, there is drag, wind currents, a variety of storms you can encounter, and most importantly, aliens and their nests. Also, there is an unspoken sense of up and down. This is reflected in the design of aliens, their structures, and the coloring of the clouds. Game design. So, one of the major things that's gonna make our game stand out is probably the functionality control of the player ship. I personally find it very disorienting to play realistic space flying games, so we base our flight system on the following features: 3D gizmos showing your rotation, a limit to how many degrees you can rotate in the Z and Y axes, and an automated feature that slowly resets your rotation in axes. I think with all these features, it feels much more natural for us to navigate through an environment that's not technically bound to up and down concepts. So, flight is a major gameplay component, and a big part of that is inspired by the game Sea of Thieves. For example, you can find wind currents and therefore have a means of faster travel, though these are not nearly as common as in Sea of Thieves. Also, to avoid endlessly flying into the abyss, there is a map boundary wrapped around the whole playable area that also extends inwards to create larger rooms and obstacles, which then makes the world much more engaging. There is also a system in place to make the hunt for alien nests and the spectral cores inside more interactive. This is a feature inspired by the investigation mechanic from Hunt's Showdown. Finding the nest is tough, but there are many distinct beacons or guarded relics spread around a nest, and these are far easier to spot. Investigating each relic updates your map, giving you a more accurate hint where the nest should be. Last but not least, the fight mechanic. On the ship there are 5 balconies, 2 on the sides, 1 on the front, bottom and top. On the sides there are guns installed. These are the primary means for attacking and countering aliens. And for the health system, there are 4 large fuel tanks. Each one of them has their own shield. A degraded shield can be recharged by manually swapping the battery. Failing to do so can lead to wrecking it. At the point of all 4 fuel tanks being destroyed is when the ship blows up. Current progress. So far we've been really working on 3 things, but first, aliens. Right now we have made 4 separate concepts, and each of these aliens has their own strengths and weaknesses, which in a later video I'll elaborate on. This is the map boundary, a concept, but due to performance reasons we need to turn the shadows off, which makes it look flat. So this was an alternative with no shadows applied. And then here it is in Unity. You can see it needs some work, but this gives us a heading. And finally, the ship prototype. I will also talk more about this in a different video, but I'd still like to share that we made it. So that's it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.